Hey everyone, welcome to this week's video where the focus is how to have a mindful morning routine. So really how to start your day on the right note. Before I get into the details, let me just introduce myself. My name is Chaitni and I am a mindset and nutrition coach. I help clients cope with stress, depression, or anxiety through healthy habit formation, positive lifestyle changes, and proper nutrition. Every other week, I drop a wellness related video, so if that's something that interests you, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I also send out bi-weekly blogs with self-care and self-love reminders, so if that's more of your jam, make sure to sign up for that. The link for that is in the description. And lastly, you can follow me on Instagram at Imperfect Bodies by C Modi. So like I mentioned earlier, this week's video is about a mindful morning routine. The reason that matters is when you start your morning on the right foot, it can really set the tone and the energy for the day. Granted, you can't control everything. You might wake up to a fire alarm and have to spend 20 minutes on the pavement in the bitter cold waiting for the fire department to come and make sure everything's okay. That can happen. But when you have a set routine for at least most of the time, it gives you a sense of focus, it gives you a sense of motivation, also gives you, it gives your energy a boost, and it kind of gives you a sense of control. That, all right, you've set the tone for the day, you know what kind of energy you want for the day, and you can just go for it. So I'm going to share 5 ways that can help you do just that, is boost your focus, boost that motivation, boost that energy, and get started on a positive note so you can at least plan your day accordingly. So number 1 is, if you want to get your morning right, you need to work on it the night before. What that means is getting to bed on time, getting enough sleep, and getting good quality sleep. So in order to do that, you need to work on that sleep ritual, whatever it looks like for you. The most important thing, obviously, is going to bed when you intend to, so you get at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Just to give you an example, pretty much everybody has a smartphone these days, or many of us do, and start using that smartphone for more than just reading the news, scrolling through Instagram, or going through TikTok. Start using some of its features that can help you turn that blue light off, set that phone aside and actually get to bed on time. Because one of the things that really keeps all of us up is that blue light, whether it's on your phone or whether it's on the TV. So, explore some of the features of the phone. Just to give you an example, I have a Samsung phone and there is a wellness feature on it that I utilize. And what it helps me do is, at a preset time, my entire phone just goes gray. I can't really click on any of the apps, except for some of the really most basic apps like making a phone call or sending an important message. I can do that. But other than that, everything is grayed out, everything is locked. And the only way for me to switch that off is if I go back to the settings and I turn this feature off. Now, what's stopping me from doing that? Really not much, but it's one more barrier. And usually that late at night, when we have those barriers in place, they work in our favor instead of against us. So just having that barrier a lot of times at least gets me thinking and makes me realize, I put this in place for a reason. It's because I want to get enough sleep. I want to get good quality sleep so I can set the tone for the following morning. So explore your phone, explore the features. The most important thing is getting that sleep routine right. And one of the ways you can do that is by utilizing the features on your phone. Number 2 is begin your morning with an intention. Set that intention. It doesn't matter if you have the busiest day of your life ahead of you or if you miss the alarm and you're running late. Just take 10 seconds, not even 10, you just really need 5 seconds to set that intention. It could be giving thanks. It could be, wishing for how you want the day to progress. For instance, you can say, may I be patient and productive today. And that's it. And that is your intention. When you set that, it's something that's in the back of your mind. And as you go through the day, you will somewhere think about this intention, and the decisions you make and the reactions that you have will be driven by that intention. So again, it helps you set that tone for the day. In my case, I struggle with patience, so that's why I typically choose, may I be patient and productive today. So try to pick something that seems to feel like a little bit of a struggle, or it seems like it might be something that's going to be a little challenging for you, whether that's having a difficult meeting with your manager, or having maybe a difficult conversation, or having to do something that you don't really want to do, and set that kind of intention. So again, you have the motivation, you have the focus, and you're like, all right, I'm ready, I can do this, let's get this started with. So that's really the whole point of setting that intention. Number 3 is stay present with at least one task. So in the morning, whether you're making your morning coffee, or you're taking a shower, or you're brushing your teeth, a lot of times when we're doing these things, we're almost like robots. We just do one thing after the other, just waiting to get out of the house or waiting to get to whatever we need to get done. And we have that long laundry list of things that we need to get done running through our minds. So when you take just these 5 minutes, whether it's in the shower or while you're brushing your teeth or while you're making your breakfast, these 5 minutes of yours are priceless. They will not come back, and they will be the most precious moments of the day. In those 5 minutes, try to be present, and the best way to do that is by utilizing all of your senses. So if you're taking a shower, just think about the feel of the water. If you smell anything, if you smell the soap that you're using, what do you hear with the kind of water pressure that you have, what are you seeing, and just use all of those senses. You're going to use your touch, your smell, your hearing, your taste, if you do happen to taste the water. In any case, try to use all of those senses, even when you're brushing your teeth, or even when you're sipping on that hot tea or that morning coffee. Like I said, these 5 minutes will be priceless, because what's going to happen is, naturally, even while you're doing this, your mind is going to race. It's going to think about everything that you need to get done. That's okay. That's how our minds work. When that happens, just remind yourself these 5 minutes are yours and yours alone, and bring your mind back to the present. It's another form of mindfulness, and it will really help you start the day on the right foot. Number 4 is try one stretching exercise. That's it. It just needs to be 30 seconds, no more than that. If you want to give it more time, be my guest. But it's just 30 seconds of a little bit of movement that actually feels juicy and yummy and just really, really good. Your body gets pretty stiff at night. When you wake up, I'm sure you've noticed, you have some aches and pains, or you feel, really tight some places. So try to stretch that out, and just pick one, whatever you want to try out. For me, it's usually touching my toes. It feels really good on my lower back and my hamstrings. So that's what I enjoy doing. Some mornings I can actually touch my toes without bending my knees. Some mornings I can't. The goal is not to get it perfectly right every single morning. That's not it. It's really just to be able to feel that stretch and to enjoy these few moments to myself. And again, it's only 30 seconds. You can do a back bend, you can stretch your arms, you can do some neck exercises, wiggle your toes, whatever you feel like doing that feels like a nice stretch. Like I said, that feels yummy and juicy and just really good. And what this does is, obviously, it loosens you up a little bit physically. It gets you going. It also makes you feel calm. And if you're mentally wound up too, it's going to help you just calm you down physically and mentally. So just try that, just 30 seconds of a stretch that you might enjoy. It could be in bed, it can even be out of bed. Number 5, it's the last one but not the least, is choose to find something that leaves you in awe or inspires you. It's a little bit similar to setting an intention, but not quite. So this is something that you hold yourself accountable to do throughout the day. You find one thing that's going to inspire you or that leaves you in awe. It could be the simplest of things. It could be the most complex of things. It could be the mailman showing up at your doorstep in the hottest and the coldest of temperatures. It could be the way your kid holds your hand that day, or the way your kid tells you, I love you. Or it could be that check-in phone call from mom just to make sure you're doing okay. Or it could be a really tasty muffin that you've enjoyed. Or it could be, somebody actually letting you merge into the lane, or noticing a rainbow. I mean, there's so many things. Like I said, they don't need to be too grand, too eventful. It could be really simple things. What this does is, obviously, it makes you more grateful. It makes you see things through a more positive lens, helps you positively reframe. And it also makes you more empathetic and makes you aware, because when you tell yourself that today I'm going to find one thing that inspires me or that leaves me in awe, you start looking for it throughout the day. And when you find that thing, it leaves you, it makes you feel like, all right, I've accomplished this. It also makes you feel positive. It just makes you feel really good and brings some joy into your day. So choose to do that. Like I said, it doesn't need to be too complicated. It could be the simplest of things, or the most mundane things, but as long as it inspires you, that's all that matters. So choose to do that every single day. In the morning before you leave the house, you tell yourself, I'm going to find one thing that inspires me, or one thing that makes me grateful. Everything that I shared with you is really simple. It's not that time consuming. Like I always say, pick one or pick all of them and put them into practice, make them your own. But start working on this, because that morning routine can really have a huge impact on how the rest of your day goes, how you react to what happens during that day, and how you wrap up for the night. You might have the most perfect morning. Rest of the day may go to hell, but if you've had that perfect morning, you have that in the back of your mind, you have some of these practices that can kind of bring you back and make you realize, all is not lost. Nothing is as bad as it seems, nothing is as good as it seems. You come back to your equilibrium. So that's the whole point of this. Nothing I shared also is that time consuming. Like I said, the stretching is only 30 seconds. Setting an intention is really less than 10 seconds. You can even think about it the night before. So these are all doable, they're effective, and they're fairly simple. So as always, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I will catch you here very soon. In the meantime, take really good care of yourself. Thank you. Bye.